Don't get paid. No, it's okay. It's okay. You keep laughing, motherfucker, because you know when you're going to find out? Real soon. And you know when you're going to find out? The same time everybody else found out. And you know when that was? You know when they found out? When it was too late. That's when they found out. And that's exactly when you're going to find out. Mark my words. And get suspended.
Don't make excuses.
But somehow
don't make excuses before the fight.
You're a cheater.
Don't make excuses before the fight.
You're not on my level. And you will see. November 6th. You're not gonna find out. I promise you. So work and shut the fuck up.
Or what? Or what?
You will see November 6th.
Or what? All right, then wait November 6th and shut the fuck up.
You know what?
Caleb, what can you guarantee these people they're going to get on November 6th?
Run and run. I'm gonna knock out this guy. Less than eight rounds. Easy.
About time with Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. Yes, sir. What's up to my About Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you to every single one of y'all that has subscribed to the channel, who has been passing the word about Rashawn's About Time Boxing, who has been taking out the time to like the videos, share the videos, and leave the comments. Listen, man, I rocks with y'all. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to Rashawn's About Time Boxing. Encourage others to subscribe to the channel so they too can become part of the About Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang. Alright, so Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant. This is another fight that could possibly, be candidate for fight of the year. Canelo say he taking it personal. This is bad blood. Caleb Plant taking it personal too. Caleb Plant taking it, I think, more personal because he feel like the deck is stacked against him. People always telling him what he can't do. So forth and so on. He just said, everybody was telling me what I can and can't, what I can't accomplish and all that. So, but Canelo said he taking it personal now because of the whole, motherfucker thing. Like, Canelo must have really believed like Caleb Plant was saying something. I guess, I don't know, maybe in Mexican, I don't know. If there's any Mexican people that's gonna watch this video, shout out to Mexico. But if somebody say motherfucker to you, is that some type of disrespect towards your mother? Because I don't know. Like, people just use the term all the time, but Canelo took it extremely personal. So I don't know if, in Mexican, like, or Mexico, like, if you say that, saying something disrespectful about, about their mother. But I was listening to some stuff with them, so alright, let's just check it out. He cracks me up. Never say, you're not in this level. You're not in this level. So we're gonna see. Yo. Did y'all hear Canelo just get mad? Like over that Jay, he just he said, I mean, listen, I know this is all part of the promo, right? But I'm telling y'all, like, this dude, he just motherfucker, you motherfucker. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't know if that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, again, shout out to Mexico, you know what I mean? But if somebody say that to you, does that mean, you know, in y'all native land, that, you know, or in Mexico, in y'all country, if somebody say that to you, is that like a disrespectful thing, like towards your mother, or Canelo just perceived it that way and didn't understand, like he was just basically, you know, saying like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, we gonna, you know, I'm gonna see you, we gonna, you know what I mean? So I don't know if Canelo just didn't understand that, or he just looked at it like because the word mother is in it and he just was like, what? But I just thought that so Canelo telling Caleb Plant, he was like, don't make no excuses for the fight. Don't make no excuses. So Caleb Plant like, or what? Or what? He's like, you know when you're gonna find out? You know you're gonna find out? When everybody else found out. When it was too late. It was too late, and you're gonna find out too. Mark my words. I just thought that, you know what I mean? Like with them two guys, man, like sometimes, I mean, come on, y'all gotta admit, sometimes like these, you know, these press conferences and stuff can get a little funny sometimes. They do. And I'm just like, you know, sometimes I get into that thing with imitating people and stuff, but I just thought that was just a little funny. But honestly though, getting down to the seriousness of this thing though, but this really is, regardless of what may seem comical or funny or not, the reality is this fight is a serious fight, and it is a dangerous fight. And this is a dangerous fight for Caleb Plant. This is a dangerous fight for Caleb Plant. I like Caleb Plant. You know what I mean? I like, you know, he got fast hands, he got quick combinations, you know, he can move real good, you know. But Canelo is right. This is a whole nother level. Now, Caleb Plant, you know, because he's been the main event before in other fights, but, you know, like Floyd used to tell people all the time, like, listen, it's a different level. It's a difference. It's just a different level, you know. And at this stage, you know, this is the most dangerous fight of Caleb Plant's career. Because Canelo is not looking to go 12 rounds with this guy. We know Canelo can go 12 rounds. And you know what I'm saying? So we know he can go 12 rounds. But Canelo is not looking to go 12 rounds. Canelo said he said, I'm going to knock this guy out in less than 8 rounds. That's what he said. He said in less than 8 rounds. Now maybe Canelo knows something that we don't know. Now, if he do know something that we don't know, you know what I mean? So, but for Caleb Plant to win, now we got to talk about this. For Caleb Plant to win, Caleb Plant is going to have to be, he going to have to be on his A game. That goes without saying. But he's going to have to be sharp, smart, and more than that, he's going to have to be very strategic. I'm telling you. Because if he get caught slipping 1 second, Canelo going to end him. He going to end him because he going to do it. And he taking it personal like that now. He said, when I take something personal, he said, it make me train different. You know, now we know that, you know, and just so y'all do know, I do pick Caleb Plant to win the fight. If this fight ends early, more than likely it'll be because Canelo stopped him. If this fight goes 12 rounds, I got Caleb Plant winning the fight. But he's going to have to win convincingly, because if it go 12 rounds, even if he drops Canelo, which, you know, I'm not saying that he can't hurt Canelo, but Canelo has a pretty granite chin. You can't take that from him. And Canelo can box. If y'all watched him earlier in his career, he got combinations now. He got combinations and he got fast hands. But I do think Caleb Plant, at this stage of Canelo's career, I think that Caleb Plant is a little faster. Just a little faster. I think he's a little faster. But he's going to have to be smart and strategic on top of that. His boxing ability, his style, depends on him being smart and strategic on that night against Canelo. He cannot go in there trying to trade shots. That's not going to get it done. If he try to trade with Canelo, it will be over. And then I'm telling you, if Canelo, and see, sometimes Caleb Plant too can lean in the ropes, and we know Canelo love to get you on the ropes. He don't have a problem with keeping the fight in the middle of the ring either. But if he gets you against them ropes, and if he catch Caleb Plant and he hurting, he gonna try. I'm telling you, he gonna go all out to try to finish it. So, you know, I'm not saying that Caleb Plant doesn't have a chin. I don't take nothing away from. Like I said, I like Caleb Plant. I do. I like Sweet Hands. I do. I like him. You know, but and Canelo does have the most experience. He has the bigger resume. And he only has that one loss. And Canelo has been racking up win after win after win after win. And you know what I mean? Say what you want. And even I have, you know what I mean, you know, said, you know, like criticized Canelo for, you know, for cherry picking, because he was at one point. I'm not going to change that, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, this is a different situation, but Canelo has, like, you know, picking guys like Avni Daram and all that type, like, you know, he was just picking, you know what I mean? So who knows? Maybe people feel like that at one point in the fighter's career. They get to a certain level, they're entitled to pick and choose who they want to fight. But if you want to get the big money, then you got to put on the shows that the people want to see. And that's what Canelo agreed to when he was with Golden Boy. And because Golden Boy wouldn't pay him to fight Avni Daram, that's why Canelo's like, oh, I want to see what the contracts look like. Something don't seem right. Well, as soon as he got away from Golden Boy, you see what he did? He just went straight to the zone himself, cut them right out, boom. So we know what type of move that was. But I mean, you know, I don't blame him, you know what I mean, for trying to, you know, cut the middleman out. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, you cut the middleman out, get straight to the connect yourself, you know, make more, you know, and get the money. So, but nonetheless, I do pick Caleb Plant to win this fight. But in order for him to win, he's going to have to be quick, fast, smart, strategic. He cannot get gassed. If he gets gassed or run out of this fight, because Canelo will walk him down. Caleb Plant cannot get gassed in this fight. Now, you already got, you know, skeptics and critics talking about, you know, is Canelo, you know, is he juicing for this fight, this, that, and the third, and all that. And some people saying no, some people saying yeah, but you got to remember the fight was postponed the first time, you know, because one of the things was about the whole VADA testing thing. Caleb Plant wanted them, you know, to be tested for the full 12 weeks. Canelo said, nah, he agreed to 10. And we know what Victor Conte said about that. You can, you know, you can train on that stuff for a certain amount of time, you know, and get off it in enough time that by the time they start testing you, it'll leave your system, but your body will still reap the benefits of it. So, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Caleb didn't get the full 12, he got the 10 weeks. So Canelo agreed to, you know, to the 10-week thing. So I don't know, you know what I mean? But juicing or not, Canelo still is a great boxer and a great fighter. You can't take that away from him. Juicing or not, because like I said earlier, and if you watched him early in his career, you know, pretty sure none of that stuff wasn't a factor or issue or anything like that, and he was just moving, like, you know, he was, you know, so he's skilled. He's a very skillful fighter, so you can't take that away from him. And it's a shame that his name gets tarnished, you know, with that on it, you know, because he's good enough that, you know what I'm saying, he probably never even had to do it, you know. But we know that he did it before, you know, and got caught, and he was suspended for 6 months, you know, as a result of that. So, and we know that sometimes when people get caught cheating, more than likely that's not the first time that they did it. They just got caught that time. So, you know, like I said, I don't know. I only know about the time he got caught. Anything before is not for me to speak on. I don't, you know, because there's no proof of it, so I can't talk about it if there's no proof of it. But like I said, though, Canelo is a skilled fighter. He's a skilled fighter. You can't take that away from him. And like I said, right here at Rashan's About Time Boxing, like a fighter or not like him, if they good, we always gonna get a props. There's no, you know what I mean? We going, you know, we try to keep everything on the even keel here. You understand what I'm saying? You know, say what you want, but that's what we try to do. Some people feel like that. I don't. If you feel like I don't care. But I know what I try to do. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, Canelo is he's one of the best in the game. Period. You can't take that away from him either. His track record, you know what I mean, his accomplishments all speaks for themselves. And Caleb Plant is trying to accomplish a lot of things. Caleb Plant is a really good fighter. He is. And he can accomplish good things. And this right here is a huge hurdle. This ain't just like, you know what I mean, this is not like, you know, and this is no disrespect to Jamal Charlo or David Benavidez, you know what I'm saying, or, you know what I mean, it's no disrespect, or Demetrius Andre. This is no disrespect to them, but this is a whole different level fighting Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? It's not like, you know what I mean, he fighting, you know, Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Andre, or, you know what I'm saying, or David Benavidez. And I like, you know what I'm saying, and I like all those guys too. I do. You know what I'm saying? But Canelo was right. He said he ain't on this level. He said you ain't on this level. He told him this is a whole different level, and I agree, this is a whole different level. The lights just shine different. You know what I mean? The crowd just sound different. The hype is sound different. The promos is different. Everything is different. And for some fighters, we know that trying to promote the fight and focus on training and making weight, game plan and all that, that's a lot for some fighters. And you always find out after some fights where they say, well, you know, I had to, you know, promote the fight, and had to do this and I had to do that. I had to do I had to do a whole lot of different things. But if you want to be at this apex level, that's what comes with it. That's why Floyd, great. That's why Canelo is great. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, certain fighters are great. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, I don't know, you know, let me know what y'all think. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, leave those comments, man. Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant. What do y'all think Caleb Plant has to do to win? Because I'm just being honest. Like I said, I picked him to win, but I don't see him being able to win by a stoppage or knockout. And this is not me saying what Caleb Plant can't accomplish. You know, this is not about that. So I don't want nobody talking about, oh man, what you talking about? Oh, you always doing this, you always doing that. It's not that. I'm just saying, you know, Canelo, he is a different fighter. Juicing or not, he is a different fighter. Different. And Floyd is a different fighter. And that's why the lights shine different when Canelo fought Floyd. I mean, for Floyd, when Canelo fought Floyd, thus giving him his only loss. You see what I'm saying? Floyd was fast, he was quick, he was smart, he was strategic. He didn't take no unnecessary chances. He didn't, you know, allow himself to lay in the ropes so that Canelo could tee off on him. Anytime he felt his back touch the ropes, Canelo going in, he'd get right back off the ropes and kept the fight right in the middle of the ring. He kept the fight in the middle of the ring. So Caleb Plant is going to have to fight a similar fight, but in his own way, in my opinion. Please feel free to drop the comments in the comment section below and let me know, what do y'all think he has to do to win? And if and like I said, if y'all agree, like if the fight ends in a stoppage or a knockout, then I feel like Canelo will be the winner. If the fight go 12 rounds, Caleb Plant, boxes a smart fight. Don't allow yourself to get, lay up in the ropes. Don't get caught and get dropped, and all that. He can win. He can win a 12-round fight against Canelo. And I know some people probably feeling like, yo, boy, you tripping. Canelo gonna ice that boy. He gonna eat Caleb Plant alive. Okay, I mean, what Canelo said. He said, trust me, you don't want to fight now. You're going to see. You're not in this level. So, with Caleb Plant, listen, man, I've been told my whole life, he was like, I'm ready for it. But again, like I said too, the only way you get to prove that you can be great is by fighting great fighters. You don't get to prove that you great by fighting, the lesser opposition, but the top guys gotta be able, they gotta step up and want to give you the opportunity to prove your greatness. So Canelo was like, all right, you want a shot to prove it? Then come on. Same thing with Floyd. Oscar gave Floyd his chance to prove his greatness. See, that's what I'm saying. You see, people, fighters always talk about how great they are. And if you are a real fight fan and you really understand the sport, you can see the fighters who are destined to be great. But there has to be somebody already great willing to step up to take that chance to give them the shot to prove it. Because the great ones who are great at the top, they're not going to be there forever. You can't stay at the top forever. And somebody else is going to come and take the throne. So is this Caleb's Plant time to take the throne? Are we going to see a changing of the guard, a passing of the torch, so to speak? Is this Caleb's Plant time? Will he be able to prove his greatness? Or will Canelo go on yet again to destroy another opponent? Time will tell. But that's what I be saying, you know what I mean? Like, people be talking about how other fighters is fighting bums and they ain't fighting nobody. What do you expect a fighter to do? If they want to prove that they're great, but the guys at the top who are great won't give them the opportunity, so they're supposed to sit on the shelf and just get rusty, and then when the greats finally decide they want to fight them, now they haven't been active while the greats been active, and now they got to come in there and then look bad so everybody can say, I told you they wasn't no good. No. So, listen, the critics can make fun of those fighters who are destined to be great, and because they can't fight the top level fighters, they fight the fighters underneath them. And if they can't fight the fighters underneath them, they gonna fight the fighters underneath them, thus forth and so on. But you can make fun of them and talk about they beating up cab drivers, Uber drivers, and deliver all you can, UPS drivers. You can say whatever y'all can say, whatever the hell y'all want to say. Nobody don't care about that shit. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. Fighters who are destined to be great, they got a job to do, so they got to stay busy until their shot comes. And Caleb Plant was able to stay busy, and now his shot is here. He gets a chance to prove his greatness. He gets a chance to prove that he belongs amongst the elite. He gets the opportunity to prove that he's ready to be great. See, right now, this is the process of him daring to be great. But in his mind, he probably already, to him, he's speaking his greatness into existence. As a man thinketh, so is he. Now, I want y'all to understand another thing, too. To improve is to change. So to be perfect is to change often. And that's what Caleb Plant is going to have to be. He's going to have to be perfect, and he's going to have to change often if he expects to capitalize on his shot at proving that he belongs amongst the elite. Cause see, Canelo don't have nothing to prove. He don't have nothing to prove. Liking or hating, love him or hate him, juicing or not, Canelo has nothing to prove. But now I will say, like, it's no place in boxing for that cheating shit though. It's not. Because if you that good, then you should never have to. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. And if you ask me, Canelo should be ashamed of getting caught. Because your skill set was good enough to the point you didn't have to do it. And I'm hoping that that time he got caught, that was it. And he's not, engaging in that, in that type of bullshit no more, because nobody should do that. You're risking the life of another fighter when you in that ring, and if you on that stuff and you hurt somebody like that, to the point that they lose their life in that ring. So it's inexcusable and it's unacceptable. There's nothing that you can say that can excuse any fighter that cheats. There's no place in boxing for that. So like I said, listen, Caleb Plant get his shot. So we gonna see who's gonna be successful on that night. Success is not a final failure. It's not fatal, but it is the courage to continue that counts. So when this fight is done, we gonna see who's gonna be standing with their hand raised in victory.